What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Cure, and we're going to start the next chapter in the Cure journey, which is to say the next studio album, The Top, 1984. Thank you again to Philip for providing not only the albums, but the deluxe editions, and I should mention, when I downloaded this from the archive that Phil has provided for me, it downloads in zip form, and when I unzipped it, it said that the unzipping process or something to that effect didn't finish unzipping the data for one of the tracks. I think track 4, which is Give Me It, if I'm recalling correctly. So when we get to that one, we'll see if it plays correctly. Now, I looked at the data for the file, and it still shows a similar number of megabytes as most of the other tracks in the folder. So I don't know if that was just my unzipping program, which I use 7-zip. I don't know if that showed me a message that is not accurate, or if somehow there is a glitch in the file. Either way, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And the first track on the album, The Top, is Shake Dog Shake, which, I don't know, sounds like the name of a 1950s dance or something like that. Obviously, it's a command or a request that is said to, I assume, a person, but in the figurative way. I suppose it could actually be a person speaking to a canine, though I find that less likely. In any case, there's a repetition to it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's part of the chorus or maybe a refrain that we hear throughout the song. But yeah, there's an opacity to it, even as it is a straightforward title or phrase. So let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is The Cure. The track is Shake Dog Shake, and it's the opening tune on their 1984 album, The Top. what a striking opening tune, and very different from the more pop and even light-oriented singles, some of which at least we heard on the Japanese Whispers compilation. Yeah, definitely a darker edge to it, maybe not in the same way as on Pornography or even Faith, but definitely more in that territory in terms of the atmosphere and the attitude that comes through. And indeed, I say attitude, it even felt a bit punk rock, at least post-punk, with the not only manner in which Robert was singing, but some of the lines. Now, admittedly, I didn't catch, I would say, a majority of the lines, partly because there was a bit of echoic quality. Also, it felt like some of his lines were subsumed by the surrounding sonic atmosphere. But what I did hear, they had spitting on the wall and razor blades on his skin and something about dreams, and I almost thought he was talking about blood at some point. So I feel like there's a lot of lines which sound like very visceral and even wicked and dangerous. So it feels thematically, from the little bit that I took away on a first listen lyrically, that this is in a heavier, darker territory once again, and sonically it felt like that was very much the atmosphere. There was an attitude, even a like rebellious type of feel to, again, the way he delivered some of the lines. The bass churning down below was definitely one of the musical layers I noticed most clearly. And just the overall intensity of the tune was definitely higher than on some of the more pop-oriented or flavored tracks that we heard on Japanese Whispers. So, in a way, it feels like this is continuing, maybe not identically, but some of the ethos or attitude on the Pornography album. So yes, a very interesting opener. As I said, I don't quite know what to make of it lyrically. I suppose not only will people comment and give me some insight there, but on successive listens, maybe I'll catch more of the lines, more of the words that I wasn't able to identify. But a really compelling opener, and one which hit me a bit differently than I expected. Not that I thought for sure they would continue with a, jazzy pop tune not unlike the Love Cats, but yeah, it was a heavier and harsher type of sound than I was expecting. So a very cool opener. Looking forward to the rest of the album. Thank you again to Phil and to all those who've commented. Obviously, this deep dive has become very significant, and there's a lot of people commenting and taking part in it, so you are all appreciated. Luca feels the same, but she's a little sleepy to convey that right now. In any case, let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.